What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live Pendergast podcast on this beautiful Memorial Day Monday, right? It's Memorial Day Monday, and it's an absolute honor to get my friend back in the hot seat today, Matthew Patacca. Shit, I messed it up
No
again.
picadas.
I know. I'm sorry. And he just told me like literally 3 seconds ago. I'm sorry. I murdered your name again.
That's all right. Everybody does.
It's an honor to have you back on the show, my friend.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. So I want to start it off. Last time I had you on, we talked about your whole journey and how you got into racing and all that good stuff that follows. Now we're in 2025. We was at Daytona 200, right? So let's start it off there. I walking through the pits, see my man Matthew sitting there. What's up? First time we got to meet, which was an absolute honor. And yeah, so let's start off with Daytona, man. How was your weekend? How'd everything go?
It was good. It was good. It was a lot to take in, being first Moto America race. Never been to Daytona before. It's a lot of rules to follow with them, but it went really good. They stuck me in the B practice group, I guess. I think it's B. They just didn't know who anybody was, so they just picked. They took your race numbers and they were like, "This is all the way up to this number for this group, and then the rest of you in this group." So they stuck us in B group. I led B group, and then they resorted everything after that, and they put me in A group, which was nice. It gave me some people to chase around. So, yeah, we ended up getting 12th in the first race and 11th in the second, or vice versa, one of the two, which I was pretty happy with. I wish we could have closed the gap to some of it got sorted up into a few different packs, and I was in a pack with Josh Baird, and it was just kind of me and him out in no man's land. And I think Nate Kern and Hawk Mazzata were in a pack together, and then all the Harleys up front were in a pack together. So, yeah, it's more of a trying to get personal bests than positions at that point. So my goal was to get a sub 2-minute lap time, score some points, and if I got a top 10, I said we'd burn the place down. We didn't quite get that, but we got 2 of those. So yeah, it was a really good weekend. We learned a lot. Me and the team learned a lot. So it was a good time.
Man, I'm absolutely proud of you of what you achieved at Daytona. It's not an easy feat just to make the show, qualify, and then perform well, right?
I guess I forgot that one too. The first one was qualify.
Yeah.
And then it was get under 2 minute, and then it was score some points. So
and there you are, right? So and then on top of that, after your proper mega weekend, you helped Shane Maggs out on his team for a little while too, that's one thing I really love about the sport is that friendship, that commodity, that, hey, I'm done. You need any help? Yeah, we do. And boom, you jump right in and help them achieve their dream too, as well, And
yeah, even when you're not friends with people, if you need something, somebody's going to give it to you. In Atlanta, well, see, I went to an N2 track day at Road Atlanta 2 weeks before the Moto America race, and had a great first day. I mean, I was setting new personal bests. And then I went into the second day a little cocky, and I crashed in the first session of the day, just pushing too hard. Sun's still, the trees are still covering the track. It's a little wet. And I didn't realize that the shark fin on the swing arm had broken off. So I failed tech when I got to the Moto America round. And I went and talked to another guy that was hooligan racing, and he had a shark fin for me, and we mounted on the swing arm. And it's like, he had no business helping me. We've talked some, and I guess we could say we're kind of becoming friends, but we didn't know each other that well for him to be handing me parts. So, even the people that aren't close friends are still willing to help you out, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, dude, you are so right. And those people 9 times out of 10 become lifelong friends. Because we all want one thing. We'd rather be out there racing with you than you can't make it over some simple part that I have that I could have just gave it to you, right? So
yeah. If he's got an extra one. It's not something that the shark fin's not something that people are gonna go through in crashes. I just so happen to, but it's not something that people stingy about.
110%. And speaking of that, I actually took video. I got video of boy bags and your friend too as well come into the pits and the whole tire change thing. I got it all on video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was cool.
I love doing that quick pit stop work for him. It's a lot of fun. I don't get to do it very often, but I like it.
It's amazing to watch. It's amazing to see. Daytona's such a unique place too because it's the only track like it. So the whole bike setup don't work nowhere else in the grid, anywhere else, right? And then of course on top of that, all the quick change stuff, which I always ask myself, I'm like, why don't they just use that all the time? Because it makes it simple for everybody, right? I mean, it's quick, it's easy, it's a lot of added extra cost though too as well.
Yeah.
So that's the downfall of it. When they told me how much it was, I was like, holy shit, you could buy a bike for that. Are you kidding me right now? Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool. Like, I think it was a year or two ago, they did a pit stop at Barber for the Super Sports, and that was pretty neat. I don't think it was necessary. It was just something they wanted to do as kind of an extended race. I thought that was pretty neat, but it does force the people that didn't go to Daytona to get quick change setups, and then it does add to the costs. And then you go race with Wera and in Super Stock, they'll disqualify you for having the quick change stuff on your bike. So now they got these guys that can't race in Super Stock. So
yeah, it's just one of those things that if you buy it, it's pretty much a one-purpose deal, unless other organizations allow you to have it in their endurance race or whatever, right? So but still, it's such a unique place. It's such a beautiful atmosphere. Daytona it's huge. It's one of those tracks as a fan standpoint that you absolutely have to have a moped, a scooter, an electric bike, something just to get around. I mean, even if you're just in the pits, right? I was fortunate enough, big shout out to Eddie K and everybody that invited me on the KSR team, Kyle, everybody, man, they were so awesome. Cody, I'm trying to remember everybody's name. I'm not good with names, people. Good with faces, not good with names. And I remember when I arrived, I parked. I was actually over there right above the pits, right? So I was close to everything, but to get to anywhere else, to see any other type of racing on the track, you had to have something to get there for sure.
Yeah, I felt bad. My kids wanted to play on the electric scooter, and I was like, no, not here. I was like, I'm killing the battery every day, just getting to and from hot pit, and getting around other places. So try going to the bathroom. It's like, man, we were scootering and gromming everywhere all weekend.
100%, but it's again the atmosphere. It's magical. It has a different, you race. I don't. To you, does it have a different meaning to it? Daytona.
I don't know. I've been going to Daytona for a long time, being as I live in Jacksonville, so I'm kind of numb to the craziness of Daytona. It was funny because my crew chief, when Jamie came in for Daytona, he's never been there before, and we're driving through, and I'm showing him where we're at and where the RV spot is, and he's like, what are all these people doing here? I mean, it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, it's Daytona, man. This is how it is from the day they say you can come in to the day they say you got to leave. It's like this the whole time, and it's just I guess I'm a little numb to it. I've been to the Supercrosses and the countless 200s. So I'm like, yeah, there's a shit ton of people here. Of course, it's Daytona.
It's so normal for you, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool to be in it, but it was cool to be a part of the racing for sure.
Oh, 100%. It was my first time there. It was everything you just explained. I had no idea until I show up.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan Rawls told me, he's like, dude, it's a nonstop party, this and that. And I kind of had it's one of those things, you have a vision in your head until you show up and you see it and you're like, holy shit, you
come under that tunnel and it's just like campers and bikes everywhere. And it's like, are they all here for racing? Like, they're here for everything. Like,
everything.
Yeah.
And speaking of Daytona real quick, dude, the flat track racing, oh my God, it was absolutely
get over there and watch it.
Insane. Bro, I went over there and finally got to meet my buddy Sammy Halbert. Big shout out to him, going back out, defending his FIM title. Man, let's freaking go, Sammy. You got this, right? First time meeting him and his wife. Cody, his dad actually built him that bike. I hope I don't get this wrong. And he went over there and did some tuning for him. And I'm standing there at the gate, bro. I was like, holy shit. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. It's short. They're literally, bro, like this far from the fence. Just, I was like, this is absolutely one of the most beautiful. This one guy, I forget his number, 86 maybe. He was like fourth or fifth. We're standing this side of the gate. I'm closing my eyes to vision it. So starting line's over here, direct right across from us, right? So it's turn one coming out of turn two. This guy's coming out of turn two, and he gets it wrong, hits it right. I don't know what he did. Next thing I know, Cody grabs my shoulder and I'm gripping the fence, right? Because both wheels it snapped. Both wheels are completely off the ground. And this son of a bitch never let off the throttle. It was wah, 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 and as soon as it hit, it was just digging. And he comes like literally this close to the fence. I'm just shaking the fence, dude. And it was, bro, one of the best times of my life. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I heard him running out there. I should have hopped on the Grom and rode over there and checked it out.
Next year, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You be there. We'll go over there and watch it together. You'll be like, bro, this is just, it makes you want to do it, right? But I know I get out there, I'll be the little pud chub, just barely sideways, not even know what I'm doing. I just, woo.
As long as you're having fun.
I'm facts, right? Facts on that. But yeah, man. So Daytona was an amazing event for you again. I'm super proud of what you did and what you achieved. You know, we all go to, all my friends go into the race weekend with a certain expectations and what they want to achieve. You know, it's not always we show up and then here comes that monkey wrench thrown into the program out of nowhere that you didn't even expect, right? The shark fin, same thing, right? And you're just like, that could have, if nobody gave you that, you'd have been done.
Yeah.
Tripped over.
Yeah.
Now you're a fan.
There's just like one little thing that can mess everything up. And I'm a pretty prepared person. I was a little mad at myself for that. Such a simple thing. But we got through it. So that's what matters.
Absolutely. And sometimes those simple things are the ones that we just don't think about because it's something that never, you're like, probably never even thought of it. Right. And you show up and you're like, oh.
As soon as the lady at Tech said it, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, she's right. Like, what do I say other than that? Like, I'll be back. I'm gonna go fix it.
Bro, you get a bunch of cardboard, you glue it together, you color it, spray paint it black, cut it out, right? And zip tie, be like, there it is, it's shark fin, let's go.
We weren't missing racing, so that might have happened. We might have cut one out of a fuel can or something.
Right, a gas can, something, thin aluminum there.
Yeah, we'd have figured something out.
Facts, you know, and that's one thing about races on the weekend. 9 times out of 10, if it's in your control and everything you can do to fix it, it's you can. You know, I remember one time I went out there and crashed and my freaking brake reservoir bracket broke. I had a spare switch, a Nixon switch, right? So I was like, you know what, with the little stubby mount, it's not going to be long enough. So if I drill a hole through that, take a couple zip ties, take my ignition switch, my spare one, zip tie it to the bracket, and then take my reservoir and zip tie it to the switch. Now it's up and over and it's going to clear and let's go, right? Easy fix. I mean, simple stuff like that. But yeah. You won't get away with that in Moto America, people. Club racing.
No, they're a little bit stricter. I don't know. Joe at Weir has busted me a couple times. He gives me a hard time when he sees stuff that I miss. So they'll do it too.
He's like, Matthew, you know better than this. I can fix it. You're like, yes, sir. I'll be back in 15 minutes. Yeah. I got you.
I'll be right back.
So tell everyone, man, after Daytona, which was super successful for you again, Matt, super proud of what you achieved. What happened after Daytona? Where'd you go next?
So we didn't do much after Daytona until the track day at Road Atlanta. Jamie and I went up there to train together, try and get my head wrapped around that place. I haven't been there a ton of times, but I know it decently. Like I said, we had a great first day, and then second day got a little cocky, but it's all right. I learned a good lesson. I crashed at 8:30 in the morning, which is when every Super Hooligan session is 8:30 in the morning. So I learned that you can't ride like an asshole at 8:30 in the morning. So I had 2 weeks to fix everything. Chuck Giacchetto gave me huge help again. Everything I needed to get the bike back on the road, he got for me. I actually went straight from Road Atlanta. When I realized I messed it up pretty good, I loaded everything up, went straight to his shop. We unloaded it. He gave me all the stuff I needed. And I spent the next 2 weeks making sure it was all ready. And then got to Atlanta. Aside from the shark fin, everything went pretty smooth. we I knew I was going to go a little bit better in Atlanta. It's more of a rider track than a bike track. Uh, the people that I battled with at Daytona, I didn't really have as much trouble with in Atlanta because their fast bikes weren't as big of an issue. Even though Atlanta is a pretty fast bike track, it's not as dependent uh, on horsepower as Daytona is. So still qualified, I think 12th. So still in that same area. Um, got 11th in the first race, and then got our first top 10 in the second race, P9. Um, it was because some people were out of the race, but hey, man, attrition is a part of it. So
You got to
we
finish.
were in it.
You got to finish. So
We were in it. So
that's it.
I was happy with that. I think when I looked, we're sitting P10 in points, which is pretty cool. It's going to go away in the next 2 rounds when they're at the Ridge and Laguna, but it's pretty neat to be in 10th. So, but we were. I was my goal that this weekend, the Atlanta weekend, was to keep Nate and Hawk within my sights, if not paddle with them, because I think they were doing 2 or 3 seconds a lap faster than me at Daytona, which meant that they were, 15 seconds ahead by the end of the race. So we did that as well at Atlanta. I think Nate and Hawk finished a second in front of me at the end of the race. And then in the second race, I actually turned a faster lap time than Nate. But I keep telling everybody, Nate is like a light switch. When the flag drops, he's 100%. And that's something I got to work on because I spend the whole race trying to get back to him. And I'd rather be battling with him. But I got to figure out how to be a light switch like that. I mean, he is unbelievably fast from the dump of the clutch, and I got to work on that. I would like to have been fighting with them more.
Yeah, big shout out to Nate and Hawk. It was an honor to hang out with them at the weekend of the race. Also, big shout out to my boy Luca Allen. Did you ever get a chance to meet my boy Luca from BSB that's racing in Super Sport this year?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, next time Moto America's at the track and you're there, I'm gonna take you straight over there and introduce you to him, man. He's an absolute legend. But watching, of course, I was there. I watched the races. One of my favorite spots is turn one.
Yeah, that hill is so cool,
bro. It's absolutely excuse me, amazing to see the start and then you guys come in the flying lap, right? And then as you guys switch back and crest the top of the hill, you disappear down the bottom of it. It's a good track for spectators. Again, it's one of those tracks you can have a scooter to get around, or you can drive to a lot of them.
Yeah, it's huge.
It is. I watched pretty much from all angles of the track, but still turn one to me is one of the most exciting because that's where a lot of the, I'm not gonna say a lot of the action, but it's high speed. And it's just like you guys just come out of straightaway and just throw it down to the right. And you can see really coming out of turn one where the fast guys are faster and the slower guys are slower, where they're making up, well, out of turn one, the time, right? And the lines they're making, man, dude, and you're so close to it and you feel the power. And when you guys come out of hot pit, down pit lane, you're right there. It's, yeah, man, absolutely amazing. And, to be battling with the legends such as Hawk Mazada and Nate Kern is absolute proper.
Yeah, I wish I could show him a wheel somewhere. I was like right there. And that's the other thing is he doesn't make mistakes. So you got to be on point. And I was right there, but not close enough to give him a hard time. But I was trying.
But you learned a lot by following them. That's the key is now you can see their body position, what they're doing different than you, the lines they take, and then you adapt to that in a way and learn from it. Not so much not take his style and you take the style, but adapt it to you, right?
Yeah.
But it comes your own unique little thing you do, and it gives you that little tint.
I love getting passed by people because it's a good opportunity to learn what they're doing differently, and if you're not paying attention to that when people pass you, you're just pissed, then you're missing out. You're missing on what they're doing. So
100%.
I got passed in the ultra lightweight race Friday by, I don't know, a 12-year-old, I'm sure, on a Ninja 400. And I learned so much stuff from him in like one lap. And he drugged me down to my fastest lap of the weekend on that little Ninja. And it was like, immediately he passed me. I was like, shit, look at what he's doing there in turn one. Like, kids turning in on the gas still in turn one. And I was like, all right, well, we'll try that next lap.
I was watching this past weekend. I just got back from Atlanta for Cycle Jam, just like you did. Bro, Nathan Gauker, I was like, he was in fourth place. There's no way he should be in fourth place on that 125 at Road Atlanta, man. I was like battling with everybody.
Yeah, those little kids are amazing.
They're the future of sports. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said, it right now, as we're standing at Cycle Jam, if you took everybody that's 25 years and older out of the paddock, who we got? This is the future of our sport, right? It's very small. So
yeah,
we definitely need to work on that. But seeing, Nathan Gauker there and all the young ones on those 400s are just phenomenal. And like you said, you think you're out there coming down turn one, and all of a sudden, our turn two, this little kid comes on the outside of you, and you're like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? And you go cut it back. You're like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's you learn a lot from them. It's a sport that we never quit learning. Even Valentino Rossi, even Mark Marquez right now, Pecco Bagnaia, everybody's learning all the time, top rack. So yeah, man, it was amazing. So how did Cycle Jam go for you, bro? I know I seen you for a brief second, and then I missed you.
Yeah, I just went up there to do the ultra lightweight race with Mark Morrow and Eric Watts on Mark's Ninja 400. So I didn't feel like bringing my bike this weekend. So I just rode my street bike up there with my gear and raced with them on Friday morning. And then I helped Jamie race, do some sprint racing Saturday. He's been crew chiefing. Yeah, I got one too.
Dude, if I knew you was going to win it, I'd award this one. There you go. Hold on. There we go.
Just drink it over.
Yeah.
Just tie it around your neck.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, I helped Jamie, crew chief for him, basically just change the tires and put fuel in his bike and stuff. He's been helping me all year, so I figured I'd give him a day to pamper him. So that's what I did on Saturday, and then I rode home after that. So I didn't want to be a part of that storm on Sunday.
Yeah, funny enough, it didn't. I left Sunday too. I'm trying to think of what time I left. I want to say like 1:30. It was cloudy, overcast, but it wasn't raining at the time. So
it looked like it was going to rain when I left Saturday. I think it was like 4:30 Saturday when I left. It looked like it was coming in, so I was like, I'm gonna get out of here.
It sprinkled. Later on that night, it rained, but during all the races and stuff, it actually, it missed us. But Atlanta's one of those tracks that, it's like the UK. I kind of say that because you never know what the weather's going to be. Not as extreme as the UK. So I went over there. My buddy said, before you come over here, when you come to Cadwell, you're going to need to you'll start off in pants, and you'll change into shorts, and then you'll throw on a jacket and your pants and a beanie hat, and you'll take it all back off with shorts. And I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no way. And shit you not, in the morning time, it was chilly, starts getting hot, t-shirt, excuse me, and shorts. And next thing I know, here comes this cold front, starts freaking, as they say, pissing rain. And I'm freaking cold, man. I didn't have a beanie hat. I had to go buy a beanie hat, had to go buy a jacket. I wasn't, I thought he was bullshitting me. One of those, I'm going to play a trick on my American friend to watch this, right?
Atlanta's kind of like that too. I had to buy a hoodie from Shane at the Moto America race because it was like 55 degrees or something that night. I was like, man, I forgot to bring a hoodie.
Dude, Sunday was cold. It was cold at the track Sunday.
Yeah. Florida's the same way, man. It gets there's like a section of like, I don't know, March maybe, where it's like 40 degrees in the morning and it's 80 in the afternoon. It just does that for like a month straight. Like, man, I don't know what to wear anymore.
I just learned I take everything, a little bit of everything anywhere I travel now. I'm just like, you know what? If I need it, I got it. If I don't, so what? So
yeah.
Jamie says, thanks for your help on Saturday, but you forgot to remind me what gear to start my race with. Man, Matthew, what are you doing?
Well, neutral's not a gear.
No, that is not a gear.
If you're going to pick one, that's not the one. They held his race start so long, I think he got bored and put it neutral and then forgot to put it back in gear.
He's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, then his monkey brain went shit down for first, and it went to second, and it made it even worse. But he didn't get run over, so we'll take that. he fought hard, man. He did he fought all the way back to fourth place. I think he was dead last of the experts. It looked like when he was going up the hill. So it was a hell of a race.
Yeah, congrats.
He's just looking for something to do. He needed an excuse.
He needed to work at it. Is what you're saying, right?
We all make mistakes. That's what Ed Bargy always says. You can't win the race at the beginning, but you sure can lose it.
And
that's how you do it.
Yeah, it's we all make those silly mistakes from time to time. It's a combination of the adrenaline, the anticipation, the nerves, being there, waiting for the guy to freaking drop the flags and just
the guy was like holding his hand up, like waiting, and finally I think everybody's like, oh, screw it, I'm not gonna sit here and hold the clutch the whole time. When he did it was like, okay, he got moving, and then I told his wife, I was like, I hope he at least enjoys, like, he's gonna get to pass like 18 people here, like, enjoy it, have fun. And I think he did. So, and I think he did his best lap time of the weekend during that race too. So
awesome. I love it, man.
It was on my lap timer though, so it counts for me. He doesn't get to keep it. It's mine now.
Sorry, Jamie.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, right? Hey, you could take a picture of it real quick, right? And then you have it in your photos on your phone. That's what I do. Okay, if you could take the Solo 2 back, hold on. Get a picture. That's me. That's all me right there, right? It was his, but it's me. I did this.
Yeah, it's on my lap timer. You can't prove it.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God, I love it. So what's next for you, Matthew, in 2025? Where are we going? What we doing?
Well, I'm going to keep endurance racing with Mark. I'm having a blast on that Ninja. I'm going to end up having to buy one of those one day. And then, so I got to do a weird race on the hooligan bike so that I can go to the GNF. So probably at Roebling, I'll race with him on the Ninja, and I'll probably do a couple club races so that I can go to the GNF and then start focusing on Mid-Ohio. I'm hoping the Motodrome team can have a bike at maybe the Vintage Festival at what do they call it? VMD? Is that what they call it at Mid-Ohio?
Yeah.
So I can get up there and learn how to ride that track. I've never been there before. So I'm hoping to do that and then finish the season out with Moto America there. So
yeah, that's right, because that's the last race for Super Hooligans at Mid-Ohio. Real quick, speaking of Mark Morrow, big shout out to Mark. It was the first time, man. There's a lot of first times I met a lot of my friends that I've had on the podcast and that are also upcoming on the podcast that's never been.
You had a podcast with him already, right?
Yeah, Mark, I have. We're getting ready to do a part 2, but I haven't met him in person. He was Jacob McCall, another buddy of mine that I haven't met that's coming on the podcast in the future. I met them. I met a lot of people. I really did. It's Ryan Kraft says trying to put you on that duck.
I'll race whenever. I don't care.
I know that's right.
Yeah, as long as there's a bike there, I'll ride mine up there, and I just need to learn which way that track goes.
Right.
It could be on a Gixxer R6 Ducati. I don't care. It'll be the first time I raced a Ducati, actually.
Dude, they're different. But before we get into that real quick, dude, speaking of Mark Morrow, it was an honor. And man, I loved his RS125. You didn't have opportunity to ride that,
cool,
did you?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I'd know how. He was telling me where the power band was on it. It's like a 600, but worse. Like it's like a 2000 RPM power band where it doesn't do shit before. Yeah. And I think I'd figure it out, but it might take me a whole day.
He's amazing. That whole team and what he does for our sports, absolutely amazing too. So yeah, man. Speaking of Mid-Ohio, bro, I went there last year. Was my first time there. Man, it was amazing. So Mid-Ohio is one. Have you ever been to VR?
No.
Dude, you need to come up to VR. Azra is having a weekend there in 3 weeks from now. I'll be there, hanging out for the weekend.
Moto America's got all my money right now. So
dude,
if they're not going there, I'm not going there.
They are, but just Super Hooligans are not going
there.
Yeah,
just not us.
Unfortunate. But Mid-Ohio is one of those tracks where you really don't need a scooter to get around. I mean, it is a little walk, but it's nowhere near Road Atlanta or Road America or any of them are.
It's kind of like Roebling. You're inside the track, so it's a little bit of a walk here and there, but it's not. I mean, if you want to watch anything in Atlanta, by the time the race starts, if you're not already there where you need to be, you've missed it.
Over. Yeah. It's over.
Yeah.
Facts, right? And dude, you'll get along. I think you'll really like Mid-Ohio. It's definitely a different track. It's the second time Moto America's been there in 11 years. First year was last year. A lot of my friends said they liked it. The other ones said that they didn't really care too much for it. But all that went into, seat time at the track, knowing the ins and outs, the fast lines, blah blah blah, the bumps, what you need to avoid, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But we all show up to tracks, Matthew, that we've never ridden, and we're like, we just don't agree with it. There's just something about it. We struggle at it, right? It's all right here. It's
Yeah.
is where it's at. So how do I uncork that? This is the trick. But I find too that some of the tracks that I do struggle at, that I have in the past that I hadn't been to in a long time, I really enjoyed myself too. At the same time, trying to push myself, and instead of focusing on the areas that I suck ass at. Like I'm just, dude, I might as well just get off and walk through this corner because this is pointless, right? And focusing on the stuff that I was, I guess decent at, just made my day better and helped me progress.
Yeah.
And lap time wise. So, again, Mid Ohio, you're gonna really enjoy it. It's a great
I
track.
think so. I've watched some videos. It looks like my kind of track. Something fast and flowing like Roebling is what I like. Although Atlanta's starting to grow on me, I'm enjoying it more and more. Even though it's not a flowing track to me, it's a lot of 90-degree turns and a chicane that makes no sense. Yeah. So, but I think I'll enjoy it. I just need to get some time there.
One of my other favorite spots at Road Atlanta, just touching back real quick, is dude coming under the bridge, bro. That's like insane corner, because you're coming up and you can't see shit until you come out the other side, and people don't realize on TV how steep that hill is. It's a drop. I mean, it's a drop.
The first time I went down that hill, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
You're like, "Oh shit!"
They're on the brakes, like over the front of the bike. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it is.
I thought 10A was bad, and then you come over that hill, and you're like, "Oh, this is worse."
This is way worse, right? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people go wide coming out of that corner. It's one of those trick corners. You really got to know it. You really got to know whatever. It's not so much the braking marker at that point. It's something on the side that you're familiar with. That's your braking marker, right? And then
Barber's kind of the same way, where it's like you can't see much, so it's just muscle memory. You got to know where to put the bike because you can't see what's coming next. You got to know what's coming next. So I don't know what the elevation is like in Mid Ohio, but if it's not too blind, I should be able to learn it pretty quick. But
I've never rode at Mid Ohio. I mean, it's a little hilly, but it's nothing like Atlanta for sure.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, you're absolutely gonna enjoy it. We got a legend in the house, which is right. Easy boy, what is up? He says, "Pin the gas." What's going on, buddy? Have you ever met Easy?
I've seen him around a few times, but I actually, when we were at Barber last year, I rode some of the Champ School bikes. They were letting you demo.
Yep.
And I can't remember if I rode with him or not. I think I was on. He loves that MT10, and I think that's what I was on. But I was with somebody else. He was on the MT09. Now I don't think I've ever officially sat down and met him.
Yeah. Well, he's he's a good friend of mine. Absolute legend. Next time we're all at the track, I'll definitely introduce you to him. Ryan, what is up, Ryan? Dude, I ain't heard from you in a while. How you been, bro? Ryan, he's in the track day club racing. He got a brand new Ducati, the double-sided swing on the V4. It's absolutely an amazing machine. He says Mid Ohio, not even close to Atlanta elevation. Yeah,
That's good.
That's what I said. It's not even close.
And blind turns are what make track knowledge more and more difficult. Yeah,
it is. It's like when I first showed up to Cadwell Park. You see it on TV. It's nothing like it is there, right? And that's one of those tracks you really don't need a scooter to get. Or you can walk. I walked the whole thing a bunch of times. But bro, coming, the mountain, of course, is the most fucking epic thing you're ever gonna see, besides the TT. And then as soon as you come over the mountain, dude, it's like it's not wide anyway, but the way it comes in because of the trees and how close it is to the fan standing there at the fence. But when you come out of the last turn, coming down the straight, dude, coming into turn one, coming under the bridge, bro, they're like fifth gear pin. I mean, it is so fast. And then all of a sudden they go back to the right. And it's uphill blind. You can't see shit. Even walking up that hill, it's steep. And you see them clearly come out, switch back, and then they disappear. And it's like, holy shit. It's absolutely
all track knowledge.
Bro. Amazing. Ryan said first time riding it this past weekend. What a rocket! Oh, I bet Ryan. I bet the Ducati is a rocket. Um, hopefully my man Matthew will get on one as Ryan says, right? So Ryan, dude, let's put him on the duck. Good idea. Let's make this happen. I'm
I
with
don't
it.
need to be riding no V4.
Oh, come on, man. You got to, man. It's listen, I consider, as you already know, all motorcycles like women. It's just a different type of salsa dancing with that beautiful woman. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't
Right?
need a $40,000 woman. that is
Well,
that is too expensive a motorcycle to be tossing down the track.
baby, I love you, but we already married, right? We got a wife. We already got a $40,000 girl for sure, right? So we
Yeah,
love you, girls. We're just joking, ha ha. Nothing but love, right? Because my wife be like, I heard that shit.
yeah. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
keep riding
god,
the Japanese bikes, and they can keep those expensive Italian bikes.
man, it's I remember the first time I got on one, coming from Japanese bikes, inline fours, and I was like, bro, this is absolutely. I had to wrap my head around it. It's just complete. The engine brake was just first off all insane. The same lines
Yeah,
didn't work. I had to change my style. But once I adapted myself more to the bike and let it learn to do its thing, man, yeah, just that grab.
oh, they're nasty sounding too. There was a guy in B, it was like B Superbike or B Super Stock on Saturday. I think he won the race on a V2, and it just sounds like a monster coming down the straightaway. I mean, it is a very unique sound,
It's
but you could kind of feel it in your chest when they're coming down the straightaway compared to a little whiny 600.
I always say Ducatis are the best sounding bikes in the world, especially when they have the dry clutch at full chat.
Uh,
It's just that,
I could get some bolts and put it in this cup and shake it if you want to
yeah,
hear
dude.
it.
It's. I remember I was on my 1098. I had a 748 996 1098, and I got an 848. The eight's a wet clutch. Anyway, I remember pulling up to a gas station. This dude on a Harley pulls up, and he looks at me. He's like, "Is your bike all right?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "What is that clack clack clack?" I was like, It's a dry clutch." And he's like, "What the fuck is a dry clutch?" I was like, "Well, come here, let me learn you something today, right, buddy? Let me learn you." It's he's easy says everyone needs a $40,000 woman. Facts. Oh my god. He says I have a base model bra 25K. I mean, it's still, dude, a V4, beautiful motorcycle.
The base model V4 is 25K.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's actually not too bad.
I'm a freaking obviously Ducati lover. I got a tattooed. It's one of those bikes I'll never forget, coming out of the commissary with my dad. I forget what age I was, 11. There's this Ducati sitting there, and I looked at my dad and I was like, dude, what is this thing? Because I didn't even heard of a fucking Ducati, right? And he was like, bro, that's a Ducati. It's a Ferrari motorcycle. That's the most beautiful thing. I said, one day I'm gonna own one. My dad just kind of chuckles, like, well, you better get a good job because they are not cheap. And I was like, okay.
They do make some of the best looking bikes. I'll give them that.
Dude, they're just one of the most beautiful women you ever seen. It's that fairy tale, and they do it in movies all the time. What's it called? The Woman in Red, right? That's what it is. So it's one of those. Yeah, man.
Yeah, my dad's had a few Ducatis, and I've ridden a couple monsters on the road. They're definitely different beasts, but
Monsters, it will get my license revoked real quick.
that MT-09 will get your license revoked.
Listen,
Nothing wheelies like nothing I've ever ridden.
I remember my cousin Paul, I don't know what I call my cousin, my uncle Paul, ended up buying a 796 Monster, right? And I was like, dude, I gotta take this thing out. He let me take it. And I was out all day on it. And I was like, I come back and give it back. I was like, if I ask you to ride this thing again, don't. Don't, because nothing's good to come from it. They are light, they're agile, they don't make a whole lot of power. But man, they're so much fun to ride. They inspire a lot of confidence. And my smiles for miles was just grinning ear to ear. And every time you get on a bike, that's what you want. It's I feel like a lot of people, dude, Matthew, go out and they see these $25,000 Ducatis and $30,000 BMWs. They're uncomfortable, they're hot. Really, when you're riding on public roads, you're not really having a lot of fun. That's why you try to ring out first gear shit. You're doing 100 in first gear, right? And but if you're on a bike with less horsepower that's light and nimble, man, you're gonna have so much more fun riding around. Just buy DRZ 400 Supermoto. Yeah, it's 28 horsepower, but I guarantee you this: you're gonna be smiling, and you're probably gonna lose your license. So go ahead and get your good lawyer, right? So,
That's why I got an old man's bike. I ride my FJR to work every day, and it's just it doesn't do it could do wheelies, but it doesn't want to do wheelies. It doesn't do stoppies. It just goes to work and back. It's a great bike.
I have a about an OC R351 instead of sending my motor off to get it rebuilt for my race bike. Um, Dream bike of mine, always wanted one. You know, a lot of them are severely molested. I ended up finding one in North Carolina. I had 15,000, like 400 something original miles on it. Yeah, I had a couple little scratches here and there. But man, she was beautiful. So I said, take my money. Just take it, and I'm taking her home. So again,
Hopefully, one of these days at the track, I'll have. I got a 2001 RC51 in the garage. 8,000 miles, 9,000 miles. I'll have to. I've taken it out and done some coaching with it. It's actually a fun bike to tool around on the track and on some street tires. But maybe one day I'll have it out there. You can take a look at it.
oh, dude,
Pretty
yeah, I
cool.
would love to. It'd be an honor, man. And our other buddy, Matt Hall, he's a big RC51 guy too. I got a lot of them. Pendleton, he's got some. He's always got one from his
Yeah, I
dad.
didn't see anybody racing any this weekend.
I didn't either. I was hoping to run into a guy.
Yeah, I saw Mark Perone, I think is his name, had his TLR out there.
Bro, I walked
That
by
was cool.
that and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, stop. And
Yeah.
I forget who the guy
That's my
was.
generation of like cool bikes is TLR.
Me too, man. I was like, you know
RC51.
what that is? And the guy's like, no. I
Yeah.
was like, bro, that's a TLR right there. He's like,
Yeah.
holy shit. He got to looking at it. He's like, I ain't seen one of those in forever. I was like, props to
Yeah.
that guy. Props to him. That's
Yeah.
they,
Yeah,
you know,
it was cool to see that.
beautiful machine. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, Suzuki come out. That was back in the golden era of motorcycles. You know, people were leaving the N4s, introducing twins. We had the twins, 1,000 twins, the 754s, and it was just, man, we had the
Yeah,
RSV.
it's a shame they never really did a lot with it. You know, the Honda was winning World Superbike and AMA, and the Ducatis were fighting in there, but you never really saw the TLRs fighting in for championships. They never did a lot with it, and then the Gixxer 1000 came out, and it was gone.
It was game over, right? So the whole sole purpose of the TLR was to replace the Gixxer 750 for their V twin attack with Ducati, right?
Yeah.
That whole rotary dampen thing, they put a
Yeah.
fender on it, even though they
Suzuki
switched
got
it
a-
out. It was
They got
just,
cute with that.
yeah, Pegroom, Steve Crevier raced it. They did decent on it. It made good power, man. It was such a beautiful. I actually have. It's downstairs. I need to bring it back out, but I have the Yoshimura poster of the Suzuki TLR. It's got like 6
Oh, that's cool.
photos of it, bro. It's such a beautiful bike.
Yeah.
But that was back.
Yeah, I'm not even much of a Suzuki fan, but that is a really cool bike.
100%. Oh, golden era, baby. Golden era, man. It really was. Well, listen, man, this has been a lot of fun. We're about 45 minutes in this. I know my wife's going to get ready to come in here and say, wrap that shit up because we got people over for dinner tonight. Listen, it was an honor to sit back down with you. Just down with me for a minute. We're going to go ahead and schedule our next one for the end of the year.
Cool.
I'm going to let you
It was
end
a
the podcast. Dude, bro, it's always an honor. Dude, you guys are the superstars. All my friends are the absolute legends. I'm just sitting down having a conversation with you, right? It's an honor to be able to do it. I just want to say thanks for everybody that watches and tunes in. Everybody on here right now that commented, nothing but love. If you guys have not had the opportunity to hit that like and that subscribe, that bell, man, it does help me out a whole lot. I'm not a guy that looks at my analytics, and I looked at it the other day, and I have a whole lot of people that watch it, but not a whole lot of people that hit that bell. So please do me a favor next time you're in there, you're watching, you're tuning in like right now, just go ahead and hit that bell. It helps me out. Big shout out to Next Level Financial. BisonDrac.com, people. It's 2025. Do yourself a favor, get you a fully custom suit, tailored, measured specifically for you. It's a game changer, absolute game changer. So, BisonTrack.com. Big shout out to Chef Eats. You guys can use discount code Pin to Gas. TST Industries, the Clothing Kings.co.uk. Every single one of you guys and girls can go to that website, go to partnership, and order all your Pin to Gas merch. I've had a lot of people ask me where my son's beanie hat come from or my soft shell jacket is. It's exactly where it come from. I called up. Well, I went to the website and I know the owner, right? So I called him. It wasn't free. I paid for it, but listen, dude, Matt, that next time I'm gonna hand you that jacket. You'll be like, bro, this thing is absolutely, it's all fully stitched up. It's not iron on, it's not printed. It's, dude, it's amazing. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP. You guys can go to miniusasbk.com and sign up for the next event coming up. And they also have a donation page. SFL Mini GP to me is absolutely the best program we have in America as far as our future kids up and coming. If you look at the grid right now, that's where a lot of them are coming from, right? And then they have Apex with John Hopkins out there, which is a legend too. So his program's absolutely amazing too. Big shout out to RD Racing out there in the UK. Vet2 Track for all my veterans. Thank you guys so much. It is Memorial Day. Nothing but love to all my vets. It wasn't for every man and woman out there doing what you do. Matthew wouldn't be able to do what he's doing. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now. So nothing but love to all my vets. And if you guys go to vet2track.com, Jim Whitman's got an absolute amazing program. His whole motto is curing PTSD one lap at a time. So he gets you out there, he gets you involved, get you on the track. I mean, you're around people that just love the sport so much. It's going to do nothing but rub off on you. Next thing you know, you're 4 and 5 credit cards in debt. But this is another talk for another conversation. Look, Matt's laughing because we all know we've been there, right? So,
pin the cast credit card information.
right?
They're gonna be giving out advice on how to get out of debt.
You like how I threw that in there real quick, right? I mean, but it's true, right? Let's just go. Jacob says, "Great show, fellas. Thanks so much." Jamie says, "It was meeting Rossi this week. It was great meeting Rossi, and thanks for the stickers." No, Jamie, it was. I don't know if I met you, not or Jamie. If I did, it was an honor. If I didn't, trust me, we will meet 110%. Matter of fact, let's just get you on the podcast. Big shout out.
It's been around for a minute.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Jamie, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. You can go ahead and send me a message now. I'll give you my number. We'll make it work. We'll make it happen. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for all your sunglass needs. You guys can go to Pin the Gas. You guys go to Pin the Gas. Use the discount code Pin the Gas, right? And save 10% there. Next time I see you, I'll have my Flying Eye Optics sunglasses. I'll let you try them on, bro. Everybody that tries them on tries to steal them from me. So I started hiding them. Every time I come to my room to get them, my wife's got them. Her friends got them. They disappeared for 3 days. I'm taking them on vacation. I'm like, give me my sunglasses back. 64-degree racing Tate, man. Thank you so much for my undersuits. He sent me another custom 2-piece undersuits. Absolutely amazing. Venomsport.com, which is another undersuit. My friend Aliki makes those too as well. I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com and sign up for the air fence. It's imperative that we have donations to that air fence because guess what? If there's no air fences, he's not riding. We're not going to do club days, right? That and big shout out to all the corner marshal workers and, of course, the people that drive the ambulance because if we didn't have them, we're not showing up and having fun. So go to roadracingworld.com and donate. Big shout out to SDG and everybody at the BTR program, Build Train Race. Everybody knows that I'm a huge fan of them. Where's the honey Jack Daniels and cornstarch? Where is it, Matt?
Honey, what?
I don't know. Jamie says, "Where's the honey Jack Daniels and cornstarch?"
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know neither. That's it made me laugh. Big shout out to I already said BTR, but KYT helmets, K-Tech suspension, Ghetto Customs for all your custom body work. Chris Parrish is an absolute legend. You walk around the paddock, you see pretty much all the RS660s, SVs. Man, he takes a bike that is beautiful as the RS660 and makes it even way more beautiful than what it is. And here comes my son right now, right?
Don't make me hit you with my juice.
Dude, don't hit me with your juice, bro. Please don't.
My juice gun.
It's your juice gun. You better watch where you point that thing. I don't want you taking your eye out.
It has a trigger.
I bet you my son's in there building Legos too right now.
Oh, dude, Billy Etheridge joke. Okay, I get it, dude, Jamie. Yes, I get it. Absolutely, man. It was, speaking of that, big shout out to Billy, man. He's very much missed and loved. If you guys did not see that episode,
just as quick as he came in, he's gone.
He always does that. If you guys have not watched that episode, please go back and watch the Billy Etheridge episode. It was I caught a lot of love and also got a lot of shit for that. But Billy, absolutely, dude, Matthew, I did. People would pull me up to the side and ask me a question. How much shit have you got for that podcast? And I look at him, I said, I've almost done 400. Which one you talking about? Billy Etheridge. I'm like, bro, it was amazing. Like, how could you not love it? Right. So big shout out to K-Tech, Ghetto Customs, Dripping Wet. Right, big shout out to Chris, REB Graphics and RGR Graphics, Woodcraft, Mark 10 Motorsports, and Free Hug Racing, man. So Matthew, where can everybody find you, connect to you, show you all the love and support? What next track day you're going to be at, so they can show up and get pictures and autographs and all that good stuff?
I still got my Facebook group, Matt Pat Racing, Facebook, Instagram. I think the next place I'll be is Roebling for the endurance with Weira. So I think that's in early July, maybe July 7th or something like that. So that'll probably be the next place that I'll be racing. So, yeah.
Well,
About a
listen, I know we will be Mid-Ohio, Moto America. Everybody show up. If you're going there, please make sure you stop by, say hi, get a picture, get an autograph, get a picture on the bike, meet the wife, meet the kids. It means a lot to Matt and everybody in the sport too as well. So, yeah, man, listen, absolute honor to have you back on, my friend. Just down with me for a second. We'll go ahead and schedule our next one. And I hope everybody's Memorial Day is as proper mega as you guys are. I'm going to get off here before my wife comes in here and says, wrap this shit up. Because I got friends over here. We're going to go burgers and dogs and all that good stuff on the grill. So on that note, is there anything you want to say for our end this, Matt?
Just thanks all my friends, family, sponsors for keeping us going this season. We got one more round, and maybe we'll see what happens next year.
Next year, you're going to win the championship. There you guys. I just called it 2026. You heard it first on Pin the Gas. And on that note, we are out. We will see you guys later. See ya. Let me end this. Thanks, Jacob. Don't forget to hit me up, Jamie.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.